part by Planet Fitness. The world judges. We don't. By Infinity. Empower their drive. Visit your tri-state area Infinity retailer for a test drive today. And by Coke Industries. At Coke, we make things that make the world better. A lot of Yankee fans, a lot of New Yorkers here in this area. Go to the Yankee game and then maybe the Giants and the Cowboys on Sunday night. So we are set to begin.
Hashtag Tanaka time.
Yeah, it is Tanaka time. We are set to begin the first game of this three-game set here at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. Let's take a look at the game time weather presented by City MD. Feeling under the weather? Just walk into City MD Urgent Care. It's 82 degrees, the wind 8 miles per hour, humidity 33%. It is a beautiful night for baseball. Tomorrow the game will be on Fox, and it's a 1 o'clock start here in Texas, so that will make it a little bit hotter, and then a 3 o'clock start on Sunday to finish up the series. So can the Yankees continue the habit of going deep here in the heart of Texas? They certainly have the lineup all set up for it, and they certainly got their home run muscles going on Thursday in Baltimore. That was a big series to take, Kenny. 2 out of 3 against a team they've had trouble winning series in that ballpark.
Yeah, they broke their streak of losing 11 straight series in Baltimore, and very convincing the last game with the 4 home runs and 9-1 victory over Baltimore. And Sonny Gray pitched very well in that game, picked up his first road win as a Yankee. CC Sabathia, I talked to CC before the game today. He says his knee's feeling pretty good, so it looks like he's ready to go for his next start. The whole thing for the Yankees, when you hit the road, it's you're trying to keep the line moving. They won 2 out of 3. You'd like to do at least that here in Texas while you're trying to solidify your hold on that first wild card spot, maybe chase down the Red Sox for first place in the division.
Now the Yankees had some uncertainty where they were going after Sunday night because of the situation in Florida with Hurricane Irma, and we find out today that the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays, they are going to play at Citi Field on Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday afternoon. So the Yankees will be the visiting team at Citi Field, and all those games will be on Yes. And then the Orioles coming to town. So after Sunday's game, the Yankees have 20 games remaining on the schedule. 17 of them will be played in New York. Well, the Rangers have taken the field, so why don't we take a look at the Yankees starting lineup presented by Lexus. Brett Gardner's in left field leading off, batting second. The right fielder Aaron Judge. The catcher is Gary Sanchez, back off suspension. He'll hit third. Cleaning up, second baseman Starlin Castro. Matt Holliday, the DH, will bat fifth. Batting sixth, the shortstop Didi Gregorius. Chase Headley at first base, bat seventh. Batting eighth, playing center field, Jacoby Ellsbury's been very hot of late. And Todd Frazier will play third base, and he's going to bat ninth.
The Rangers will start a left-hander in this game. It's Martin Perez, 26 years old. He's 1-1 in his career against the Yankees. Those are his numbers from this year. 11-10, ERA 4.87. You can see a lot of hits there, 191 of them in 157 innings. Let's check out our pitchers scouting report, brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. Well, he's a 10-year pro because the Rangers signed him when he was 16 years old out of Venezuela, but he's been hot lately. The Rangers have been scoring a lot of runs when he pitches, and he's won 6 straight starts. The Rangers have averaged over 8 runs per game in those 6 ball games. And Rick Porcello of the Red Sox and Jordan Zimmerman of the Detroit Tigers are the only 2 pitchers in the league who have given up more hits than Martin Perez.
Let's take a look at the defense behind Perez, and it's presented as always by our good friends at Geico. You've got DeShields in left, Gomez in center, and Mazzara over in right. Pretty good defensive outfield. Infield, it's Gallo, Andrus, Odor, and Napoli. That's third to first. Chirinos behind the plate, and on the mound, Kenny Dittel, Martin Perez. So 3 games here in Texas, and then the Yankees will head back to New York. One of the reasons they did that, the basic agreement says that players have to stay in a 4- or 5-star hotel, and it was impossible at this late of notice to play the game in Baltimore or in Chicago, other cities that were thought of, and get 4- or 5-star rooms for every single member of both traveling parties. This way you play the game in New York, the Yankees stay at home, and you only have to find it for the Tampa Bay Rays, which they were able to do. So the final 3 games of this road trip here in Texas. Brett Gardner's ready. Martin Perez is ready. Let's do it here in Texas. And the first pitch is a strike. So we're underway. C.B. Buckner is the home plate umpire. Tim Timmons at first. Manny Gonzalez at second, and the crew chief Mark Carlson is over at third.
Gardner had a good afternoon yesterday in Baltimore. He had a couple of hits, a couple of walks, scored 2 runs. With those 2 runs scored, he moved into the top 10 in runs scored in the American League. He now has 86.
Two and one.
Martin Perez is he's given up a lot of hits, but he gets a lot of double plays. Ground ball type pitcher. Can get himself in trouble and has a way of wiggling his way out of it.
Count 2-2 on Gardner. Yankees are 75 and 64. They have the first wild card in the American League. Rangers trying to get into the wild card. The top 2, they are 70 and 69. They're playing well of late. And the lefty deals. Hit sharply to short. Right there is Andrus. Across the diamond, they get Gardner 1 away.
Elvis Andrus having a good year. He's always been solid defensively, but now he's picking up the pace offensively.
Well, that's going to bring up Aaron Judge, who put on a show during BP today here in Texas. 1 home run away from 40 on the year. He has 87 runs batted in. 1-0.
Yeah, he's rolling up there with a 4-game hitting streak, and he was on base 9 times in the Baltimore series. Scored 4 runs.
Two and 0.
The Judges have a traveling party.
Yeah, they do. Fly ball center field. Gomez there makes the play for the second out. Kind of off the end of the bat.
That's what it sounded like. That a little too quick. Maybe it's a changeup. Anytime a Judge hits the ball in the air, the crowd, well, they start to rise. But this one's off the end of the bat. Even he knew he didn't get it.
Here's Gary Sanchez after serving a 3-game suspension back in the lineup, and he takes a strike. Austin Romine's 2-game suspension reduced to 1, and he is serving that tonight.
You know, there are those, and I think I'm on this side. I don't think Romine should have been suspended at all. I mean, he was the one who was pushed by Cabrera to start the whole brawl. And what he was doing was kind of protecting himself. He didn't really throw any punches. He just made a tackle. So I don't think he deserved to be suspended.
He might have thrown someone that was a scrum, but I think he has the right to do that.
Yeah,
the guy
but he was on the bottom. You couldn't see it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I didn't see why he was suspended.
Yeah, I don't see it.
And he said, if I didn't protect myself, then how would I look to the rest of Major League Baseball? Count 2-2.
I'm sure Joe Girardi's happy to have Sanchez back in the lineup. I mean, Sanchez hit 12 home runs in August.
Right through the vacated hole as they had the shift on, expecting him to pull, and Sanchez picks up a 2-out single. Meredith Marakovitz is with us, and she spoke to Romine before the game.
Well, Michael, I asked him whether or not he expected that he would still get 1 game, and he said he still thinks it's self-defense, but he understands the league's point of view. The rule is if you throw any punches, and he admitted that he did throw punches when he was on the bottom of that scrum, that you are going to get some type of suspension. So he understands why they did it, but to your point, he did say he still feels like it's self-defense. As far as what he's doing tonight, he had to be out of the ballpark by first pitch, but he's never been suspended from anything in his life, so he wasn't exactly sure what to do. He said, maybe I'll just go back to the hotel. I guess I'll watch the game. I don't know. I've never gone through this before.
1-0 on Sterling Castro.
Take it a movie or something. Castro had a good series in Baltimore with a couple of homers. Now, I was talking about Sanchez back in the lineup with his 12 home runs. He's one of 4 Yankees 25 or younger to have as many as 12 home runs in a month. And you got some big names on this: Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig, and Gary Sanchez.
Nice company to keep.
Oh, yeah.
Grounded sharply to short. And just goes a short way, gets the force, and that will do it in the first. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Yankees nothing, and the Texas Rangers coming to bat. The Rangers' chance against Masahiro Tanaka. Let's take a look at the Rangers starting lineup. Delano DeShields will play left and lead off. Shin-Soo Choo, the DH, will hit second. Hitting third, the shortstop, Elvis Andrus, has been very hot of late. Nomar Mazar in right field will clean up. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Carlos Gomez. Joey Gallo, he's big with the long ball. He's going to play third base, he'll bat sixth. Batting seventh, playing first base, the veteran Mike Napoli. Rougned Odor will play second base and bat eighth. And batting ninth and catching, Robinson Chirinos.
Starting the opening game of this series for the Yankees, Masahiro Tanaka. We told you in our open he's won his last 3. He's made 26 starts, 11 and 10, and ERA has been dropping 4.54. Well, a little more than a hit per inning. 257 batting average against. Let's check out our pitcher scouting report, brought to you by your Tri-Honda dealers. 2.73 earned run average since the All-Star break. That's one of the best in the league. And also, he's given up 29 home runs on the year, but most of those came in the first half of the season. The home run rate has been going down, and lately he has jumped into the top 10 in the American League in strikeouts.
Well, DeShields will step in. Yankees in at the corners, and Tanaka deals a strike.
Shields, plenty of speed. This is a guy you want to keep off the bases. He has really come on as a player, and when you have this stretch of games, it shows you that he's maturing. Last 75 games, he's hit 300. He went around too far on that one. So maybe solidifying a role for himself as an everyday player.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Tanaka strikes out DeShields. Let's take a look at the Yankees defense presented by Geico. In the outfield, Gardner's in left, Ellsbury in center, and Judge over in right. In the infield, we've got Todd Frazier, Gregorius, Castro, and Headley third to first. Sanchez back behind the plate. Tanaka's on the mound. And here is Shin-Soo Choo against Tanaka. Fouled away.
Yeah, the Rangers just got through with their interleague play. They finished up their latest series in Atlanta against the Braves, and Choo's a player didn't want to see interleague and he hit .382 in interleague play for manager Jeff Bannister.
Texas has won 20 of its last 33 games, And since August 9th, 17-10, second best record in the American League, behind, of course, the red-hot Cleveland Indians. And the thing you have to watch out for this team, they're explosive offensively at home. They lead Major League Baseball 5.88 runs per game at home. And they also hit home runs here, 1.69 home runs per game. Second only to the Orioles, who hit 1.76 at Camden Yards.
Yeah, Texas has hit the most home runs in the big leagues.
1-2. Final time these two teams will meet. The Rangers took 2 out of 3 at Yankee Stadium, June 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
There's a foul ball, and you can see that the right leg is heavily padded, but even so, it chews down for the count. Go right back in there, Michael?
Why not?
Yeah, go ahead. Certainly was. Pitched down and in once again. Well, the only game the Yankees won in that series in New York was a game started by Tanaka, although he got a no decision. That was the much heralded matchup between he and his countryman Yu Darvish. Darvish has since been traded to the Dodgers,
who have suddenly lost the ability to win. Very odd.
Yeah, well, they were on their way to maybe setting a record, but it doesn't look like it now. But it's still, they've built up such a big lead in the National League West that there's no doubt that they're going to the playoffs.
And it's amazing, Kenny, because as they've been losing, the Diamondbacks have done nothing but win, and the deficit is still double digits. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chu down on strikes, 2-away.
Well, in the early going, Tanaka looked sharp. Splitter, maybe not his best, but still enough to get Chu to swing over the top. Doing it, dove down, and you see Chu's reaction. So 2 up and 2 down on strikeouts.
There's Elvis Andrus, who has a 4-game hitting streak. He has 8 hits and 19 at bats during that time.
Having a good year. 20 home runs, career high.
A lot of good shortstops in baseball.
He's one of them.
Chops to Frazier across the diamond, and Tanaka works an easy 1-2-3 inning here in the first. So the Rangers go down in order, and we go to the second. 0-0 right here on Yes. Brought to you by Toyota. Prius Prime is the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. What do you think of Major League Baseball moving next week's Yankees-Rays series to Citi Field? One of our respondents, seems like an unfair advantage to the Yanks since it's supposed to be a home game for the Rays. Not that I'm complaining. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using hashtag Yankees Prius Prime to keep the conversation going.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Well, there'll obviously be Yankee fans there.
Yeah.
But you can also make the argument they'll get a bigger crowd than they would have just in a normal game in St. Pete. They've had really low attendance. But I guess the Rays agreed to it. It's a listen, when you put it up against what's happening to the people in Florida, it's minuscule.
Yeah.
So we realize that. We're just looking at the sports aspect of it.
You're exactly right, Michael. Who knows? There might not be any power to play those ball games.
And we told you why they weren't going to be able to play them in Chicago or Baltimore, two vacant ballparks, because of that rule that's in the collective bargaining agreement about players getting a 4- or 5-star hotel room. And they just weren't able to do that for that many people on two teams. And by going to New York, you cut it in half. And the Yankees will be the visiting team, so the Rays will get the last at bat. Matt Holliday grounds one up the middle for a base hit.
Six right-handed hitters in the lineup for the Yankees, including Holliday, and takes advantage of a hanging curveball. Had one hit in Baltimore. That was yesterday with an RBI. And gets things started for the Yankees here in the second with a base hit.
Here's Gregorius. He's batting 6th tonight. And there's a strike.
Talked about DD, what he's done against the Rangers. He's hit them pretty well. He's hit well on the road. It's a good combination for tonight. Last 24 road games, almost 390.
5 for 14 against the Orioles. And that one's chopped to second. Let's see if they turn two. There's one. Or is it? No. Safe at second is Holliday as the toss from Odor pulled Andrus off the bag.
Yeah, Odor was looking for the good hop, and he had to retreat. And when he got it, then he flipped it, but it was offline, and Andrus couldn't maintain contact with second base. So he's ready for the throw. The throw pulls him off. Hustling Holliday is in there safely, and the Yankees have 2 on with nobody out. Odor with the wide flip, and Holliday's going to be safe. Everybody's going to be safe.
So it's a fielder's choice, E4, allowing the runner to reach. And that'll bring up Chase Headley.
Oh, he showed you Didi's numbers against Texas. Headley is right behind him.
And a strike to Headley. Also has a 6-game hitting streak, 10 for 23 during the streak. That's .435. Blasted 3 home runs as well during the streak.
Yeah, he was one of the Yankees that homered yesterday.
Oh, and 2. Holliday at second. Gregorius is at first.
So Chirinos bring that glove up just at the last for the target. And the whole idea is to try and get Headley to swing and a pitch just out of the zone. One of the keys when runners are on base, you want to set up late as a catcher. You don't want to give away where you're going to throw the pitch too early.
Served into right field, and that is going to dunk in front of Mazara for a hit. Runners advance the base, and the Yankees have the bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah, Holliday had to make sure. He wasn't sure if that was going to hang up and Mazara would make the catch, so he didn't get a good break off the second. Kind of off the end of the bat. And the flare is going to drop in. Watch Holliday at second base. He's not really sure. It's not deep enough to tag up. The ball falls in, and the Yankees have the bases loaded and nobody out here in the second. What's that, a 7-game hitting streak for Henry?
7 in a row.
7 in a row.
11 for 24, and here is Ellsbury.
Yeah, there are hitting streaks, and then there are hitting streaks.
Rangers looking for the double play. No score, second inning here in Arlington. Line and over the leaping try of Odor into right field. A run will score. Again, the runners move up. A base hit for Ellsbury and an RBI, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Ellsbury now with a 6-game hitting streak, and once again the runners could only move up 90 feet because they weren't sure if the ball was going to be caught. Ellsbury just gets this over the head of Odor at second base. Second baseman gives the leaping try, but Ellsbury is going to be safe. Hitting streak now at 6. Give him another run batted in, and the Yankees take the lead. Here's a look. Odor. Look at it on Yes Mo. Brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer, just over the outstretched glove.
So Odor kind of started this mess with the E4, and except for Headley's line drive, Ellsbury's line drive, which wasn't really scalded, these have not been the hardest hit balls, but it still counts. Yankees have a run and the bases loaded.
Now you would take them if you were up there, right?
Absolutely.
Darn right. RBI.
Here's Todd Frazier, and there's a strike to the Yankee third baseman, number 9 batter in the order. Gregorius is at third. Hadley's at second, and the red-hot Ellsbury is over at first. Ellsbury picks up his 38th ribby. And that plunks Frazier. He'll take first. That'll force in Gregorius, and the Yankees lead 2-0.
Looked like a slider down and in, and he got it too far down and too far in. And Frazier, he gets credited with the run batted in, although he might have a little bit of a bruise tomorrow, but got him on the foot. He's been hit by pitches now 11 times. He's among the league leaders, and this one produces a run. Looks like he's okay.
64th ribby for Frazier. And a trip to the mound by the pitching coach Doug Brocail. Trying to settle down his pitcher.
Yeah, he's in hot water. He's already given up 2. Bases are still loaded. Nobody out. Here comes CB Buckner to break it up.
And back to the top of the order, and Brett Gardner, who grounded to short in the first. Bases still loaded, nobody out. It's 2-0 Yankees. Rangers in at the corners, back at short and second. There's a strike.
First time up, Gardner hit the ball hard, but he hit it to Andres at short. Those are his numbers. Career with the bases loaded. Pretty good. 370. 3 grand slams. Pitcher is in hot water here.
Fouled away. 0-2. Aaron Judge on deck.
Remember, Perez has won 6 in a row.
One and 2.
Take a look at his last 6 starts. One thing you should remember, last 6 starts, the Rangers have scored 49 runs for him in those last 6 starts. That's how you win ball games. Get offensive support.
Swing and a miss. Gardner, angry at himself, strikes out for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Aaron Judge and bring us to the Cold Hard Facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. And he is in a tie with Chris Davis of the A's for the American League home run lead with 39. The Rangers' Joey Gallo and the Jays' Justin Smoke are at second with 37.
He just missed one the first time up. He was a little too quick. He hit one off the end of the bat.
Bases loaded. One man out. Judge at the plate. 0-1. And the pitch. 1-1, just missed inside.
Mentioned Judge 3 for 9 in Baltimore. He's got a 4-game hitting streak. We'll take a look at that last pitch. Just a hair inside. But I think more importantly, he was walked 6 times. Shows he's gaining control of the strike zone.
2-1.
Maybe a little less anxious than he had been earlier, Michael, when he was struggling somewhat. You go up there to hit, but you got to be willing to accept the walk.
Grounded foul. 2-2.
Yankees making Perez work in this inning. Could have a bearing on the rest of his outing.
Two. And the Rangers bullpen of late not been good. Last 7 games, a 7.11 ERA out of the pen. Three-2 count with the bases loaded. Strike 3. Judge down looking.
Well, Perez bounces back with a couple of strikeouts. First Gardner, now Judge caught looking. 3-2 pitch. Certainly too close to take. Looked like it had the inside corner. Maybe a little cutter.
185th strikeout for Judge, and the Yankees single season record. Curtis Granderson with 195 strikeouts in 2012. So here's Sanchez, bases loaded now, 2 outs. Grounded in the hole, a base hit. Headley scores. Here comes Ellsbury. He scores. Moving to third is Frazier. He gets tagged out. It is a 2-run single for Sanchez, and the Yankees take a 4-0 lead. So the Yankees 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the second. 4-0 Bombers. you're doing more in state-of-the-art healthcare, one of the best players in the game, Adrian Beltre, will be on the DL the rest of the year. He began the season on the DL with right calf tightness in 80 games, another great season for him. But he was placed on the 10-day DL Sunday with a strained left hamstring. In those 80 games, he picked up enough hits to go over 3,000 for his career, making him the 31st player in baseball history. Before the game, they had a nice ceremony honoring Beltre, signed by all of his teammates. They gave him that all-road terrain vehicle, all-terrain vehicle.
Yeah.
And they gave a nice speech, honored his teammates on the top step of the dugout. So congratulating him on his 3,000 hits. Mazzara leads off and takes outside.
Yeah, quite a career.
Well, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Throw in the gold gloves, the 3,000 hits, 400+ home runs.
And now you look, the Rangers are on the periphery right now of the wild card race. They do have a chance to get back in it, but if you play Beltre in every game the way he usually does, maybe it's a different story. That's how valuable he is to this team.
Speaking of valuable, the young man Mazzara has really come on in his second year in the American League. Got 90 runs batted in. That's 7th in the American. Got off to a great start this year. He's driven in 33 runs in his last 37 games. So he's finishing the season in style.
The 4 runs the Yankees scored in the top of the inning, 1 earned, 3 unearned because of the error by Rougned Odor. (3-1). Drill to right field and deep. See ya. A long home run for Mazzara into the second deck, and the Rangers on the board. It's a 4-1 Yankee lead.
Well, Tanaka not wanting to walk Mazzara to get the inning started. Lays one in there, and the second-year player knocks it into the upper deck in right field. He's having himself a great sophomore season. That's 19 homers now in 91 runs batted in, and he knew it. So did Tanaka.
452 feet. Wow.
This ball is smoked. Tanaka giving it a courtesy look. Give me another one.
There's Gomez. And a strike. Well, the home run was a bugaboo for Tanaka early in the season, but he's gotten away from that. Serves up a big one there. At least a long one. Down to one knee, and he fouls it off. 0-2.
I thought that was reserved for Adrian Beltre to do, but I guess Carlos Gomez has these big swings, goes down on one knee from time to time. Just off the disabled list, he had a cyst removed from behind his right shoulder. That's it.
Last year, Rangers had a great season. Kind of ran away with it and lost in the playoffs. And they were expecting more of the same, but they weren't expecting Houston to have the season that it's having. And the Astros have run away with the West. Kenny, I know you always scoff at some of my lookalikes, but I've got one for you.
Not always.
Well, this one I guarantee you will not scoff. (2-2). Jeff Bannister,
Gotcha.
the manager of the Rangers, and actor Jeremy Renner.
You know who I would say? This is going back in time. Remember Hunt's Hall?
He's got to wear his cap sideways. Popped up. Gardner's there and makes the play. Almost lost it for the first out of the inning. I think they'll take Jeremy Renner over Hunt's Hall.
Yeah, I think it would too. And that ball looked like, if you look at the top, the flags at the top of the stadium, the wind is blowing from left to right. Ooh, he just held on to it. Almost popped out. Once again, we're going to go to Yesmo. The Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. Hold on to it. 1 out.
The flags blowing toward right. There's Joey Gallo. You know that song, All or Nothing at All? Could have been written about Joey Gallo. Got 37 home runs with a .211 batting average.
You're exactly right about it. He strikes out an awful lot. 103 career hits, Michael. 44 of them are home runs.
Amazing. Hits a home run every 10.3 at bats. And there's one of the strikeouts we spoke about. 2 away.
And that's number 3 for Tanaka. All 3 of the swinging variety, which leads you to believe this is a splitter, and it's a good one. That one dives not only down but away as well.
Here's Mike Napoli, certainly not having a Napoli sort of year. The home runs and the ribbies are there, but a low on base percentage, the average under 200. Last 34 games, 19 for 116. That's 164.
Lowest qualifier in the major leagues.
He has good numbers against Tanaka, so he's hoping to get right against him. 7 for 14 against the Yankee righty. Helped the Indians get to the World Series, almost win the World Series, but they decided to go with Encarnacion rather than bring back Napoli.
Well, he was hitting cleanup for Cleveland. Tanaka dialed it up to 93.
Bottom of the 4th inning at Fenway Park. Red Sox lead the Rays 7-0. Yankees lead 4-1 here in Texas. Swing and a miss. Napoli down on strikes. So Tanaka rebounds after the long home run by Mazara. But the Rangers get a run and will go to the 3rd. Is your #1 mobile app for live Yankees baseball. Stay connected with a fully customized experience. Get Yankees home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. Starlin Castro takes a strike as we start the 3rd inning. The home run that Tanaka allowed to Mazzara, his 30th home run allowed this year. First Yankee pitcher to allow 30 home runs since Phil Hughes did it back in 2012. Castro, the only Yankee not to come to the plate in the 2nd inning.
You're reading my mind.
Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Just a little quicker on the trigger than I am.
Two and two.
Well, it's up to him to get things started here in the 3rd. One thing about Perez, he hasn't pitched all that well in his home park. His earned run average over 5, although he only gave up 1 of the 4 were earned in last inning.
That's off the glove of Gallo, and it trickles onto the outfield grass as Castro reaches.
You know, one of the things we've seen over the years here in Texas, I mean, with the heat of the summer, this infield gets baked pretty hard. And you can see that Joey Gallo in between hop. The ball takes a high hop off his glove. That's going to be an E5 on an in between hop. Can't handle it. And Castro's going to be saved. 2nd error of the night for the Texas Rangers. Man, this is like a runway at DFW. The infield here.
Here's Matt Holliday. He started the Yankees 2nd with a single up the middle. Came around to score a run. In 2020, they're going to have a retractable roof stadium. It's kind of hard to believe they're committing to building a new stadium here. This is just 23 years old this year. It's amazing. Grounded to short. There's 1. And there's 2.
Well, we told you that Perez is very adept at picking up double plays. He gets one here to get himself out of a little bit of hot water. Here, ball's not here. Watch Castro. He slid about halfway to 2nd base. So it's a 6-4-3 double play. Well, Michael, one of the reasons they're going to build a new one, they're talking about comfort for their fans. I mean, we've talked about the Texas heat when we've been here in July. I mean, regularly, just about every day of the month, it's 100 or near 100 degrees.
I'm surprised they didn't think of that when they built this. This is a very nice ballpark.
Yeah, it is nice. I'll tell you who liked it a lot. Bernie Williams and Paul O'Neill. They would come in here and just pound.
High drive, right field. There it goes. See ya. A home run for Gregorius, and the Yankees lead 5-1.
A new career high for Didi Gregorius. His 21st home run of the season. He continues to hit the ball on the road.
Headley takes high.
And pitchers know by the sound, and they can tell by the swing.
Ground ball is short. They get Headley, and that'll do it. The Yankees get a run on 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left. 21st home run for Didi. 5-1 Yanks. Is brought to you in part by People's United Wealth Management. Ready to help you set tomorrow in motion. By CityMD. When you need a doctor, just walk into CityMD Urgent Care. And by Heineken. Open your world. Look at the city of Dallas. We are in Arlington, Texas. And Didi's feeling good about things. His career high 21st home run. Remember, we always say this. When you look at his stats, consider he missed the first month of the season as well. So we talk about good young shortstops. He's on that list.
He made some spectacular defensive plays in Baltimore. Tough hops.
Here's Rougned Odor.
Now Odor, well, we mentioned the Rangers lead the major leagues in home runs, and it seems like Odor, he's hit 28 of them, but his batting average is way low this year, down to 213. Since August 19th, he's had one multi-hit game, and in that game he hit 2 home runs against the White Sox.
One and two.
Last year Odor hit 271 while hitting 33 home runs. This year the average way down.
One, two. 2 and 2.
The last pitch might have been a setup pitch for the splitter, which is one of the favorite ways of Tanaka putting a hitter away, especially the lefties. The ball would dip down and away.
Hit sharply and grabbed there by Castro. And he makes the play to get Odor.
Got to check to see if he's okay. It looked like he might have rolled over a wrist or a shoulder. Joe Girardi concerned, looking at his second baseman, but he seems to be okay, and he robs Odor of a hit. This ball was hit hard. Lays out, gloves it, throws from a prone position, and this is one of the better defensive plays you'll see tonight. Starlin Castro, but an all-star type play.
So one down, and here's Robinson Chirinos. And the catcher takes the strike. Oh and 2.
Tanaka continues to get ahead of most hitters tonight, and that helps set up his secondary pitches. There's a pitching coach, Larry Rothschild, who has to be happy with the way the starters are going, and then the Yankees get to that vaunted bullpen.
Five-1 Yankees lead. And the 1-2. 2 and 2.
Well, Kenny, you mentioned starters. There has been a little bit of a change to the rotation. Earlier today, Jaime Garcia was out there throwing a simulated game. He has not thrown in a game since August 30th. Joe Girardi said during this long stretch where they have 14 games in a row, they're actually going to go to a 6-man rotation, so you'll likely see him during the Rays series. Also, it was announced that Jordan Montgomery will get the ball on Sunday.
So 6-man the next time through.
Now, Joe used to fight the idea of a 6-man rotation. He said, but my idea will be different in September. He said, because if you're going to have a 6-man starting staff, you're going to have one fewer pitcher in the bullpen. Well, now with all the call-ups, they have plenty of arms out of the bullpen to absorb that. And the 3-2. Still 3-2.
Like Elvis Andrus, Robinson Chirinos. Career high home run year, 16 for the catcher.
Popped up. Right side and out of play.
You know, certainly you're talking about this ballpark, Michael, and certain things that catch your eye. Well, number one, the berm out in center field. We've seen home runs go out there and then kind of trickle back down. You see the fans race from the seats next to it to get the souvenirs. The upper deck out in right field. That's reminds me of Tiger Stadium, old Tiger Stadium.
Grounded up the middle, of base hit. Boy, the ground balls get through that infield. So Chirinos picks up a single.
You can see the effort by Didi Gregorius, but this one just picks up speed and headed into left center field for the base hit. I was talking to Yankee third base coach Joe Espada about Didi and the way he's been fielding it. He said that the thing about Didi this year and how he's improved is that he seems to be able to pick the hop. He sets himself up to get the proper hop, and of course he's got a very strong throwing arm. So once he catches the ball, usually you're going to be out at first base.
Here's Delano DeShields. One and 0. Fly ball. Right field toward the line is Judge. Does he have room? And I think a fan made the catch instead of Judge.
Well, angling towards the line, and you can see some of the fans reaching over. The ball actually hit just above the padding, and Judge couldn't reach up high enough. No,
You misjudged it a little bit.
you can see the padding on the wall, but there's still a concrete wall behind it.
Grounded and past Frazier and down the left field line. That's going to go into the corner. Gardner plays it in the corner. Chirinos is being waved home. The throw from Gregorius is cut off by Headley. It's an RBI double for DeShields, and it's 5-2 Yanks.
Well, Delino DeShields keeping alive the family name as Dan Delino DeShields. Played in the major leagues for many years, mostly with Montreal and the Dodgers. As that ball is hit to the corner, and here comes Chirinos. Didi's throw cut off to keep DeShields from going to third base with one out. Picked on an inside pitch, ripped it by Frazier.
Here's Shin-Soo Choo. He struck out in the first inning. And a strike. One and one. DeShield's good speed leads off second base. Whipped into center field. Right there as Ellsbury makes the catch. DeShield's tags. Ellsbury will flip the ball into Gregorius. So 2 outs, runner at third base. So here's Elvis Andrus. Grounded to third in the first.
And we told you he's having a career year. He's second in the league in hits to Jose Altuve of the Astros.
And a strike.
Yeah, I was going to say the major improvement in his game is the home runs. 20. His previous high was 8. He hit that last year. Jeff Bannister now has him hitting third in the lineup. Well, Beltre's out for the year.
Grande over the leaping try of Frazier and down the left field line. DeShield scores. Andrus will move to second with a double and an RBI. And now the Yankees lead is down to 2 runs. It's 5-3.
Tanaka having trouble picking up that third out, and once again you see the evidence of a rock-hard infield. High chopper, and he's going to hop over the head of Frazier right off in front of home plate. You see that high hop over Frazier's glove. The Rangers have another run. It's like a trampoline out in front of home plate.
So 4-0, 5-1, now 5-3. And that brings up Mazzara as the tying run. Swing and a miss.
Let's go back to the second inning. Mazzara. The first run for the Rangers tonight was on this long home run. I think Michael said 452-footer. His 19th home run of the year.
Five, 6-0 for the Yankees. 3-4-2 for Texas. First game of this 3-game set. And they don't get Andrus at second as they had the pickoff on. Timing play with Gregorius.
Yeah, it's one way of getting your pitcher out of an inning if you have a runner fall asleep on the bases. The Yankees are going to challenge this. Maybe they're looking at it. Let's see how close it is. You can see there's some daylight there. Did Didi miss the tag?
And they will not challenge. Grounded foul. And Sanchez wants to talk with Tanaka.
And they're trying to figure out a way how to put Mazara away. Where they want to go on this 0-2 pitch. You know, one reason I think you see all these discussions, all the side steal that might be going on.
That's exactly it. More discussions with runners on second. The 0-2 blocked by Sanchez, 1-2.
So what the pitchers and the catchers do, they go to a verbal side. Good block by Sanchez. Gets in front. Ball sticks in the heel of his glove.
One-two. Block, but it rolls away from Sanchez. And that allows Andrus to move to third. That'll be a wild pitch.
Second straight pitch in the same area. This time Sanchez could not stop it. See, breaks off his chest protector. Heads up on the first base side. And Andrus will move up 90 feet.
What a lead by Andrus at third. Swing and a miss. Mazzaro goes down on strikes. But the Rangers get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 3 here in Texas. 5-3 Yankees. Baseball break brought to you by T-Mobile. Cleveland Indians have a 15-game winning streak. That's a franchise record. Arizona Diamondbacks have a 13-game winning streak, franchise record. And the Dodgers 1-12 in their last 13 games, while the Diamondbacks are winning 13 in a row. Amazing stuff. Do you know that there's a store in Cleveland that had said that if the Indians won 15 games in a row, that they'd give $1.2 million in rebates? So they have now been stuck with giving away 1.2.
Did they say anything about 16 in a row?
No,
Because they're winning again tonight.
they lost enough money with 15. Kenny, outing scoreboard 5-3 Yankees over Texas. 0-1 on Ellsbury. Pitch outside. Now, sometimes you see stats that jump at you, but you're not quite sure what they mean. All right, so I turned to Kenny to explain these things to me.
Oh boy.
Texas has 2 errors today.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
Against the Yankees, teams have committed 120 errors. Check that, 118.
That's close.
All right. The Angels have the second most committed against them, 98. Why? Why do the Yankees have so many errors committed against them?
Wow, that's a good question. You mean the opposition? The opposition does not make the plays against them.
Weird. Do they put pressure on them? Is it luck? That one is looped the other way and into the seats, foul.
Just there goes the bouncing ball. Is that what it is?
20 more errors against them than the second place team.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Not like they won't take them.
No. You have to take advantage of it when it happens.
There's been an error in each of the last 2 innings they've scored. Of course, the last inning was on the home run. The error didn't really come into play because it was followed by a double play.
And the payoff. Swing and a miss.
Ellsbury kind of upset with himself because it looked like he chased a pitch that was out of the strike zone on the 3-2 pitch. A little bit low. And you can tell by his reaction. Yep. Not happy with himself. Kind of got himself out that time.
Here's Todd Frazier hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the second, forcing it a run. It's fouled away. Interesting point about tomorrow's game. It's a 1:05 start that you could watch on Fox in New York, which means it starts at 12:05 here. And it has a chance to be the earliest game ever played at this ballpark. According to when first pitch is thrown, there have been 2 other games that have been scheduled for that time. They try to stay away from early afternoon games here because of the heat, and that's why Friday's played at 2. So a 12:05 or Sunday is played at 2. A 12:05 start tomorrow because of national TV.
If you talk to the local people here, they would tell you that this is quite comfortable. This time of year, it could be a little hotter than this.
Line down the left field line. Foul.
Frazier missed by about a foot or so of an extra base hit. Sometimes as a hitter, you hit a ball like that and it just goes foul, or you pull one, it just misses a home run, and you think to yourself, that was less than a foot, maybe 6 inches. You feel, I'm not going to get another pitch like that to hit this at bat. That only happened to me once. Pull the home run foul and it hit home run on the next pitch. You know who it was against?
No.
Jim Cott.
So you guys still are friends.
Base hit.
There you go. So 1 on 1 out. And we were talking about it tomorrow after the Yankees-Rangers showdown on Fox. Just turn to yes for our very own extra innings post-game show. Then on Sunday, we're back with full game coverage of the series finale here in Texas, with coverage beginning at 2 right here on Yes and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. So a single for Frazier.
Maybe not a double, but you know, he gets a base hit.
Brett Gardner 0 for 2, ground ball is short, and a strikeout. There's a strike.
So far, the Yankees have kept the pressure on. Perez had runners on in every inning. chase that pitch count up.
Oh and 2. Well, Frazier was not that far off the bag. One and 2.
The throw over the first was kind of a courtesy throw, just to let him know, I know you're over there. Don't think you're going to second.
See the breakdown in pitches by inning. 71 pitches. He had 24 in that second inning.
Gardy's into protective mode, and Chirinos is getting the ball in on him, and he's just slashing these foul. More of a two-strike approach, something that is becoming somewhat of a lost art.
Nice grab by a fan in the stands who grabbed the carom off the front of the Yankee screen.
There have been 3 pitches like this in this at bat. Target's in, and he's just slashing it, spoiling it.
So Torres now has grabbed the glove.
So he's got a little time on his hands now. So Gardner has fought this from 0-2 to 3-2.
Had an at bat like this starting off the game yesterday, and Joe Girardi said after the game how that was such a Gene Michael at bat. And Rob Thompson said that was such a Gene Michael game. Walks and home runs is what he liked. Popped up. Odor makes the play. One quick story I heard today. You know Marty Appel, longtime PR director for the Yankees, and he was there when Gene was one of the eyes in the sky. An idea that they had where he would stand with a walkie-talkie. Well, he was in Chicago, the old Comiskey Park, and he was going to be the eye in the sky, sit in the stands with a walkie-talkie. And Bill Vecco on the team that he hated the idea. He thought it was wrong. It shouldn't be allowed. So he sent a fully dressed clown makeup, sit next to Gene Michael in the stands, try to embarrass him and get Gene Michael to walk away. Gene Michael just kept buying the clown beers, and they became buddies. That one is drilled down the left field line. It is a base hit. One hop up against the wall. Frazier is at second. He'll stop right there, and Judge picks up a double. Ball gets away, but backing up is Napoli.
And we mentioned in the open, it appears that Judge is starting to heat up. Something up and in, and this is a laser into the corner. It is played well by DeShields off the wall, and that keeps Frazier from scoring. But his throw back into the infield is not the best. Looked like he was looking home, then throws it by Odor, but backed up by Napoli, and that keeps Frazier at third base. A rocket double into the left field corner.
There's Gary Sanchez. Gary's 2 for 2 after his, I guess, 4 days off. It was 3 games, and with the game rained out on Wednesday, he got 4 days off. So he has 2 singles and 2 RBIs. So he bought the clown beers. How great is that?
Sitting at Old Comiskey.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably a lot of people would say that. I bought the clown a beer. Fully dressed as a clown or not.
1-0.
It looks like they're being careful with Sanchez here with the base open, but it's no bargain with Starlin Castro on deck. Sanchez quickly looks down at Joe Espada to see if he's got the green light. If I'm the Rangers, you know he's got the green light.
Yeah, pitching around him anyway, just wave him to first.
Yep.
Ball 4, so that loads the bases for Castro.
They were hoping he would swing at some bad pitches, trying to get the runs home. It was like an unintentional, intentional walk.
Another trip to the mound by Doug Brocail, the pitching coach.
That's manager.
Oh, that's Bannister, yes.
So, let's go. You saw the last. Everybody warming up. They're starting to move around.
Haven't you always found that when the manager goes out, it's more of a stern talking to?
Well,
if you're not lifting the pitcher.
If I could read lips correctly, the last 2 words were "let's go." Yeah, the bullpen's starting to heat up.
Paulo Espino. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Castro takes low, 1-0. Yankees lead 5-3, looking for more here in the 4th inning. Single by Frazier, and out later a double by Judge, and then a walk to Sanchez. Ellsbury started the inning with a strikeout. That one is looped into shallow right. Odor back, makes the play, and Perez works out of trouble. No runs, 2 hits, and the bases are left loaded. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Stadium on Sunday afternoon, September 17th, for one of the best promotions of the season. The first 10,000 guests, 14 and younger, in attendance who receive a 1977 World Series Championship fan ring courtesy of Betteridge Jewelers. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window, Yankees clubhouse shops, or call Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Audi scoreboard 5-3. Yankees lead. Yankees wasted a bases loaded opportunity in the top of the inning. And now Gomez takes the ball from Tanaka. Gomez, Gallo, and Napoli. Off the glove of Tanaka, slowed down for Castro, and he makes the play.
It's a little unusual. Tanaka is usually sure-handed. This one's going to break off the tip of his glove, slows it down, but not so much that Castro can't make the play. So as Michael said, it's a 1-4-3.
There's Joey Gallo. They play in the pull. Three infielders on the right side.
That's what he's looking to do. He had an 8-game hitting streak broken in the second game on Wednesday against Atlanta. He had a doubleheader.
He has 163 strikeouts and just 381 at bats. One and two.
Now, we told you about the 103 career hits and 44 home runs. He's got 80 hits this year, 37 of our home runs. Almost half.
Strike three, Gallo down looking.
CB Buckner with the emphatic strike three call. Tanaka splitter. Usually he gets hitters to chase that out of the zone. That one was close enough to the zone for Gallo to be called down on strikes.
There's Mike Napoli, who struck out in the second inning. Top of the seventh inning at Fenway. Red Sox 8, Tampa Bay 2. Minnesota leads Kansas City 5-1, bottom of the fourth inning. Top of the ninth, Detroit leads Toronto 5-4. Cleveland leads Baltimore 5-0, bottom of the eighth inning. And a strike.
Napoli has always shown a good eye at the plate. Gets his share of walks, but this year not getting his share of hits.
Two and two on the splitter.
Oh, that was nasty. One of the better ones of the night for Tanaka. That one was not as good. He threw another one, and that one kind of hung up a bit. Tanaka looking for his 12th win of the year. And there were times, I bet you, Michael, at the beginning of the year, he wondered if he was going to get this far.
Well, the way he pitched early, he had to have some doubts. Strike three. The way he's pitching now, not so much. As he retires Texas in order with 2 strikeouts. Let's go to the 5th. Yankees lead this one 5-3. Yankees 3.5 behind the Red Sox. Orioles 8 back. Rays 9.5. Blue Jays 15 back. Matt Holliday leads off here in the 5th. Takes out of the zone 1-0. GMC scoreboard 5-8-0, leading 3-4-2.
Well, the Yankees have had the pressure on Perez in the early going of this game. It's up to them. They missed getting that big hit last inning, but eventually you keep putting them on, some of them will score. And they've had at least man on in every inning against Martin Perez.
Foul back. Grounded to first. Napoli beats Holliday to the bag. 1 away. We go back to Ryan Rucco. He has more to say. So the Parrot got a walk, Ryan, and the Indians might win 16 in a row. What was the longest streak you ever part of?
Ooh, that I would not know, but we went off on some. You know, I think a streak, even if you lose a game, if you come back and throw 3 more up in the win column, that's pretty strong. But 16 in a row,
16's unreal.
That is, they're quite a team. They're playing like they want to go back to the World Series.
Well, they certainly left Minnesota in the dust, and Minnesota's been playing pretty well. But entering today, Minnesota 11 back in the Central. It was tight there for a long time. Chopped to second base. Odor. gets Gregorius for the second out.
I think one thing that Cleveland, Leclerc is warming up, Jose Leclerc, that they seem to have the pitching staff healthy. They have guys behind Kluber, Salazar and Carrasco.
Bauer's pitching so well.
Yeah, Bauer's pitching very well.
And they still don't have Miller back.
Yeah, that's.
So they're doing this without Andrew Miller.
He would be a major addition, especially if how Terry Francona uses him out of the bullpen. Just he's like on call at any time during the game.
Two and one on Headley. Headley's 1 for 2. Single to right in the second. Came around to score and grounded to short. The single gave him a 7-game hitting streak. That one back to the pitcher, who pitches a 1-2-3 fifth inning. The end of 4.5. We are halfway through. Yankees are up by 2.
On our GMC scoreboard, the Yankees have a 5-3 lead through the first 4 innings. Masahiro Tanaka has struck out 7, hasn't walked the batter. Gave up a solo run in the second inning and 2 more in the third, but the Yankees have that 2-run lead as we move to the bottom of the 5th.
It'll be 8-9-1 against Tanaka, starting with Rougned Odor. You know, one of the problems both of these teams have is that they don't win close games. The worst record in baseball in 1-run games, Philadelphia 18-33. Then Texas is next at 13-22, and the Yankees are third, 15-24. That one's line into right center field. That's a base hit. Judge fields and will hold Odor to a single. That's his second hit.
Like a pitch out over the bunt. He really went down and got that. Splitter that Odor reaches out, touches, strokes it into right center field for a base hit. Just got enough of it. Get it over the infield and in front of Aaron Judge in right field. But look at that extension.
You can't get that upset about that pitch if you're Tanaka.
No, that's a pretty good pitch.
Anyway, the 1-run results, Kenny, completely different for both teams than last year. Both teams excelled last year in that.
You know, I think in those that particular category, the 1-run wins, you see it change from year to year.
Yes, you do. A There's a lot of luck involved.
Well, you getting the right hit at the right time. Your bullpen does the job. You win a lot of extra inning games. You have some walk-offs. And then the next year you don't seem to get that. You have to blow people out to win, and that's what the Yankees have done. They're second in the league in runs scored.
The thing that's frustrating and hard to understand about the Yankees is that if you looked at their team and broke it down, you'd say their strength is their bullpen. 23 blown saves.
Yeah.
So they have made some mistakes at key times to blow games, and we saw it Tuesday against the Orioles. They've got great arms out there, but they haven't been shut down all year. 1-1 on Chirinos, and the question remains, who's going to close for the Yankees tonight? If there's a close, is it going to be that man, Dylan Betances? Is it going to be Chapman? When Joe was asked on the bench before Thursday's game, well, who's closing? Well, we'll see. But on Wednesday, if the game had been played, it was going to be Chapman because they had used Betances a couple of days in a row.
One of the things, he don't want to let that out of the bag because some opposing writers might be there, and then all of a sudden the other manager knows who's going to close the game. We talked about the Yankees having to blow people out to win. They score a lot of runs. The Rangers, their one-run win total is not very good. They score a lot of runs. They're third in the league in runs. The Yankees are second. Houston's first.
Time was called, so that pitch did not count. And Sanchez is
that was a late
with Buckner.
Yeah, that was a late give by CB Buckner.
So now you gave away the pitch you were going to throw, or you did throw.
And that's a pitcher, catcher, or manager not happy with that.
Grounded past a diving Frazier and down the left field line. Odor rounding third. They're waving him home. Gardner gets the ball into Gregorius. It's an RBI double for Chirino, and now it's a one-run game.
Well, Chirinos is now 2 for 2 as he's going to drag this one down the third baseline. Looked like a hanging slider, and he rips it by Frazier at third. Chirinos has reached safely in 23 straight games now. There's the effort by Frazier, comes up short. Not only do they close to within one, the Rangers have the tying run out at second base
with nobody out. So here's the Shields, and the Yankees are in at the corners, guarding against the sacrifice bunt or just a bunt for a hit. It's a little dangerous to do that too, because it's almost as if you're playing on an artificial turf field.
Yeah. Well, we saw the Shields pick up a double his last time up when he hit a rocket by third.
The sun bakes it. It's so hard that it gets through quickly. And that one is through the infield for a base hit. Chirinos will move to third. It's a single for DeShields. And the Rangers have runners on the corners and nobody out.
3 straight hits to begin this inning. For DeShields, his second hit of the game. And Tanaka had a strong 4th inning, but not so much here in the 5th. Another pitch that was up. And DeShields has his second hit.
Saw Tommy Kahnle up. And now here's Shin-Soo Choo. Yankees will give up the run to get the double play. Speedy DeShields is at first. And a throw to first, and DeShields dive back.
Yeah, he's among the league leaders in stolen bases. He's third with 28. His dad was very adept at stealing bases. Although his dad was more of a, had a slender build. Wiry second baseman.
Strike one.
Well, Tanaka's really going to have to bear down to get out of this jam. First and third, nobody out, and a run in.
And that one gets past Sanchez. Here comes Chirinos. He scores. And the game is tied at 5 as DeShields moves to second. They scored a wild pitch.
It's going to be a wild pitch that scores the run. Let's see where the pitch. I don't know if it hit the dirt or not.
I don't think it did.
But you saw the target was low on array, and Sanchez had to go all the way across his body to come up with it. Couldn't get there quickly enough, and the run scores. There's the target away, and there's the pitch down and in. So that's why they called it a wild pitch.
So now the go-ahead runs in scoring position, nobody out. 2-1. So Tanaka, who had a 2.08 ERA in his last 6 games with a 4-1 record, has given the lead away. Now Caleb Smith joins Tommy Kahnle. Fly ball, deep left. Going into the corner is Gardner, and the ball's off his glove and falls in. DeShields rounds third. They'll hold him up right there. And stopping at second is Chu.
Gardner had a long way to go. Kind of playing towards left center field with Chu at the plate, the left-handed hitter. And this is hit pretty well towards the corner. You can see Gardner got good speed, trying to follow the ball. He knew the wall was coming up, and the ball breaks off of his glove. And then DeShields will get as far as third base, and Chu will be in second with the double. So 4 straight hits for the Rangers here in the 5th inning. And you can see Tanaka, his reaction to the ball not being caught.
Well, that will do it. Tanaka's night is over. Yankees are facing second and third, nobody out here in the 5th. Tie game. Yankee Stadium to battle the Portland Timbers as they push for top playoff spots. The action kicks off at 5:30, presented by Etihad Airways, right here on Yes and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. By the way, NYFC is unbeaten in its last 10 home games and is sitting in second place in the Eastern Conference standings. And Tanaka, a rough night here in Arlington. He pitched into the 5th inning, get an out. 8 hits, 5 runs, struck out 7. The 2 runners on base are his responsibility.
Well, after a quick 1, 2, 3, 4th inning, and Tanaka could not record it out here in the 5th. And with runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out, you know what Joe Girardi's thinking? He's going to bring in a hard thrower, Tommy Kahnle. He's looking for strikeouts here. He'll try and at least keep this game tied.
So this is the roughest outing for Tanaka in a while. And we did say before the game, the Rangers score Perez a lot of runs. Tonight, no different. So the Yankees play the infield back. They'll give up the go-ahead run on a ground ball. Elvis Andrus at the plate against a hard-throwing Tommy Kahnle. Blocked by Sanchez.
You can see, got the glove turned over just in time to knock that one down. Kahnle throws hard.
There's a strike.
Tell you what, when it went quickly for Tanaka tonight.
One. 1-2, 98 miles an hour. And the fast pitch speed analytics brought to you by Fios on that 98 mile an hour pitch. Ground ball and through for a base hit. DeShields scores. Chu scores. It's a 2-run single for Andrus, and all of a sudden the Rangers lead 7-5.
We told you Andrus is having that type of year. He now has 83 runs batted in. That was up out over the plate. He goes with it, slashes it by Castro. Looked like he cut down his swing somewhat and drilled it to right field. And the Rangers have come all the way back to take the lead.
So 7 runs against Tanaka in 4 innings. There's Nomar Mazara, the first run off the bat of Mazara, 452-foot home run against Tanaka. 1-0. So 2-0 on Mazara. Shreve now joins Caleb Smith.
Yeah, there have been games during this stretch for Perez where they have scored 17 runs for him in one game and 12 in another.
Grounded and grabbed there by Headley. Goes the second one. On to first. It's a 3-6-3 double play.
3-6-3 double play, neatly turned. That ball was hit hard by Mazzara. It erases Andrus. Accurate throw to Didi. Steps across the bag, and his throw in time to get the out at first.
Kenny, that was clearly an attempt of going out of the baseline and trying
to be hit by the ball.
To be hit by, I mean, look, he put his hand up in the air. If we see that same replay again, you'll see he runs onto the grass and lifts his hand up.
You know what? If he touches the ball, it's a double play.
Gomez swings hard and misses.
This is what Michael's talking about. Here's the throw from Headley. He's looking directly at Headley, throws the hand up. Going to think of that famous play with Reggie on first base in the World Series. Time in the sort got out of sorts. Reggie kind of leaned his hip, was hit by a throw to going. Was the throw going from first to second or back from?
I think the throw was coming back to first.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Saw Reggie here today. He's a month early.
Driven into right center field. That is a base hit. Ellsbury fields and fires in. And Gomez picks up a single.
And Gomez took a very big turn at first in case there was a bobble in the outfield, but he decided to hold on. So he's at first with 2 outs. Yeah, he's going to think about second here. And then slams on the brakes. 6 hits for the Rangers in this inning.
And they've actually hit Canely pretty hard here. Now Joe Girardi brings out C.B. Buckner. And then he signals, oh, he has 2 left-handers, so he wanted to tell him which one. With Joey Gallo due up, so that's going to do it for Canely. So he gives up a couple hits, gets a double play on a hard hit ball. Yankees trail 7-5 and to the bullpen again. Season tips off, and yes is your home for all the Brooklyn Nets action, including the debut of dynamic point guard D'Angelo Russell. Don't miss the excitement of the Nets on Yes, returning Sunday, October 8th with the Nets preseason game against the Knicks, only on Yes.
They had football starting last night. NBA on the horizon. National Hockey League. Jason Shreve making his 40th appearance of the year. And he'll get Joey Gallo here.
Gallo struck out twice against Tanaka. Yankees led 4-0. They led 5-1. That was after 2.5. Then the Rangers scored 2 in the 3rd and 4 in the 5th. Knock out Tanaka and have a 7-5 lead. Count 0-2 on Gallo. Wide open stance, then brings the front foot forward, does Gallo.
This guy has a light tower power when he connects. Sure, you're trying to get him to chase one. And split change. It can be effective against both right-handers and lefties.
Swing and a miss. Gallo strikes out for the 3rd time. But the Rangers score 4 runs. They leave 1 man on base. We go to the 6th, 7-5 Texas. All rise for the judge as the Yankees face the Rangers in the 2nd game of the series here in Arlington. It's all tomorrow beginning at 12:30 on Fox. Yankees extra innings on yes following that game. So now the Yankees have a deficit as they trail Texas 7-5. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Yankees against Martin Perez, starting with Jacoby Ellsbury. Shows bunt, takes a strike.
Well, Jeff Bannister already has his bullpen up and going here, so you would imagine the first sign of trouble. Get a new pitcher in the ball game.
Ricky Rodriguez.
Well, I guess that run scoring for Perez holds true. There are years where pitchers hardly get any run support. There are years that, it's like turning on the water faucet. Here it comes.
56 runs now in his last 7 starts. And Ellsbury strikes out to start off the 6th inning.
His 100th pitch picks up a strikeout of Ellsbury. Second time that Ellsbury has struck out. He's now 1 for 3 with a run scored and a run batted in.
Here's Todd Frazier, hit by a pitch and single. Guy to deep center field. Going back is Gomez. Still back. He reaches up to make the play to take an extra base hit away from Todd Frazier.
Nice run and catch by Gomez. The hardest ones to judge are the ones directly at you. And you can see he's going to go back, then make the adjustment, turn over the other shoulder, and find the ball for the catch. Outfielders like, it's semi-highlight reel play.
Here's Gardner, who's 0 for 4. Check that 0 for 3 against Perez. Grounded to short, struck out, and popped to second.
No.
And he will take first. Hit by a pitch.
Couldn't even get a look out.
Now does Bannister make the move with Judge Dua? Here he comes. And he does signal. So Perez gives him 5 2/3, and he leaves with a 7-5 lead. So Judge here in the 6th inning. Pudge Rodriguez likes what he sees so far. Judge wants to change his verdict. Yankees may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. One of the newest Hall of Famers, Pudge Rodriguez, watching from behind home plate, which is his usual spot. That looks like it might be a little bit closer to the dugout. How would he call Aaron Judge's at bat? He's probably doing it in his mind right now. Here's Ricky Rodriguez.
Rodriguez has actually fared better against left-handed batters than he has against right-handers. Right-handers are 10 for 22 against him. Left-handers just 3 for 13.
There's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Two on Judge.
He had to make 2 tough pitches. First with a breaking ball and then with a fastball. Both low and away over the outside corner. See the finger move for Pudge? Looked like he was going to call a pitch there. You know, the thing that made him such a great catcher, he was very quick, strong throwing arm, and he could hit.
He worked for the Rangers now. He's on the field during the Adrian Beltre ceremony. 1-2. 2-2. Was a Yankee for a little bit.
Yeah.
Very little bit. Strike 3. Judge down looking. That was a fastball. 1 thumb up. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still engaged with Aaron Judge up at the plate with a runner on first base and 2 outs.
Fastball.
And Pudge liked it. I guess that makes sense, Kenny. One day we'll be sitting in our rocking chair and mumbling play-by-play under our breath.
It won't be me.
1-1. Two and one.
I'll tell you what, this is the part of the order that hasn't done much damage to the end. Gallo has struck out 3 times and Napoli twice. Tanaka struck out 7 with no walks. But that 5th inning was his undoing. 4 straight hits.
Line down the left field line. Foul.
I'll tell you, Brett Gardner spent a lot of time in that corner tonight. Kind of reminds me of a story years ago. We were playing the White Sox and John Lowenstein was playing left. They were just killing us. I'm playing right field. I didn't have a ball hit to me the whole game. Lowenstein was in the corner so much that they asked him about it after the game. He says, the last time I was in the corner that much was at my high school prom.
Grounded to third, fielded by Frazier, and he gets Napoli.
Now here's a guy who got it started in the 5th against Tanaka, and Odor hit a tough pitch. Went down and away and just kind of swept it into right field. This guy's better than a 214 hitter.
And a strike. Well, he certainly hits with power. You can ask Jose Bautista that. Although Bautista did not go down. The 0-1. 1-1.
Odor got about a 7-8 game suspension for that.
Usually in baseball fights, you don't see punches landed like that. He landed a punch cleanly to Bautista's face.
It's like he'd had some experience.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to take a look at it. This is what Michael's talking about. A little takeout. He didn't agree with it. A little push and a solid right. Ooh, my good. Knocked the glasses, helmet off. Oh, standing 8 count. It's John Gibbons.
You know, guys always avoided in fights. Alan Mills. He could fight.
He's still around. He's in the Oriole bullpen as a bullpen coach.
And he loves boxing so much that he named his son Tyson.
I wonder how the Mizes felt about that. That's how you get a fight on your hands.
Yes.
You disagree with the Mizes.
Two away, and here's Chirinos. RBI double in the 5th inning. He's also singled and he scored twice. Swing and a miss.
Sherv is making good use of that split change tonight. He's had several of these Rangers hitters flailing at the wind. Yep, show him the fastball upstairs. It's not that Shreve's delivery is a little different. It's his setup that's different. Watch how he hides the ball. He's going to close it off, showing his number to the hitter, then brings the ball around and misses with this pitch. Makes it difficult for hitters to pick it up. A little deception, not in the way he throws the ball, but the way he actually sets up.
And Chirinos works a 2-out walk. So good night for the Rangers catcher, Chirinos. Now back to the top of the order. And Delino DeShields.
His average up to 284 now. I told you over a long period of time, almost half a season, he's hit 300. You know, one of the deals that involved his dad. Dad played for several teams, but trade for Pedro Martinez. Expos got Pedro for Delino DeShields. And Pedro came into his own in Montreal and eventually moved on to the Red Sox, and it all ended up at Cooperstown. Dodgers thought Pedro was too small to be a starter. His brother was Ramon. They weren't built the same, and the Dodgers, Ramon was a good pitcher in his own right.
Definitely different types, though.
Yeah. Ramon won 135 games in the big leagues.
High fly ball, right side, long run for Castro, and he makes the play basket style for the final out of the inning. So Shreve works a scoreless 6. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left on base. Castro went a long way, and he converts it into an out to the delight of Shreve. Wow. Exciting inside the park granny. We go to the 7th. Gary Sanchez leads off. The first pitch is high, 1-0. Cadillac scoreboard 7-5. Texas leads. Yankees led 5-1. Fouled away. Yankees had an opportunity to bust it open in the 4th inning, bases loaded with 2 men out, and Castro popped the second to end that threat. That's how they ended up losing the game in Baltimore on Tuesday. They got the 6 runs on 1 inning and then shut it down after that.
Yeah, we always talk about the tack on innings, and yeah, we put an extra 1 or 2 in there. Makes it even more difficult for the opposition to catch up.
And sometimes it breaks their will.
Yeah, it does.
Line drive right at Gallo. 1 away.
Third time Sanchez has hit the ball hard tonight. But this one does not get through the infield. Joey Gallo. 1 step to the left. Makes the play.
There's Castro. Waves through a pitch. 0-1.
Rodriguez did not pitch at all last year. He was rehabbing from Tommy John surgery.
Jake Diekman is up for the Rangers.
Former Philly.
3 lefties in their pen. They carry 12 relievers. 1 and 2 on Castro.
So far tonight, Rodriguez has shown a pretty good slider.
Strike 3. Castro down looking, does not love the call. But we love Ryan Rucco, and we go back to him in the studio. He has more information. Boy, Ryan's really flashing the highlights. An inside the park grand slam and a triple play. 2 down, and here is Matt Holliday.
Get somebody to hit 4 home runs when oh, that happened the other day. JD Martinez.
Pitch upstairs.
Of the Diamondbacks. Not only did he hit 4 home runs, they were all over 400 feet.
One and one.
Much maligned Ranger bullpen is going to be put to the test. The last 7 games, a very inconvenient 7.11 ERA for the bullpen.
One and two.
Well, they got some making up to do. And the Yankees have some catching up to do.
Two and two. Three and two on Holiday. And the 3-2. Fouled away, still 3-2.
I'll tell you what, whoever did the surgery on Rodriguez's arm did a good job. His fastball 97 miles an hour.
The payoff. Fouled away again. Rounded to third. Gallo gets Holiday, and Rodriguez works a 1-2-3 seventh at the end of 6.5. Time for the stretch here in Texas. Rangers lead 7-5. Brought to you by your local Nissan dealer. 7-10-2 for Texas, 5-8-0 for the Yanks. The guy's talking about Tanaka, his outing, a short one. He pitched into the 5th inning. Martin Perez pitched into the 6th inning. Gary Sanchez 2 for 3 with 2 ribbies. Elvis Andrus of the Rangers 2 for 3, a double, and 3 runs batted in. New pitcher for the Yankees. As Joe Girardi goes to the bullpen again, Caleb Smith comes on. And this could be for one batter. It could be for Shin-Soo Choo. And they had David Robertson warming up. Right now, Robertson is not up. But do you see the numbers on Smith? Robertson is kind of relaxed.
Well, 2 of the 3 hitters in this inning are left-handers. Following Elvis Andrus, the next hitter is Nomar Mazara. And, the rest of the bullpen chilling until needed.
Well, you give a 5-1 lead, as John Flaherty was saying to Tanaka. You have to feel pretty good about things. So a disappointing performance by him as Ben Heller now has started throwing for the Yankees. And I think that shocked them, especially the way Tanaka's been pitching of late. Been one of the better pitchers in baseball, but just didn't have it tonight. And as Kenny mentioned earlier, lost it in a hurry, too. So Girardi will hope that his offense could do something in the next 2 innings against the Rangers bullpen. So Choo will start it off as Chapman and Betances break it down. Cadillac scoreboard 7-5 Rangers over the Yanks. Chu, the last batter that Tanaka faced, he lofted a long fly ball right down the left field line. Gardner got there, but the ball went off his glove and dropped for double. 1-1.
And sometimes when you're running like that in outfield, you got a long run. All of a sudden, your head starts to bounce as you running across the turf, and you might misjudge a fly ball. Hit off the glove, fell in. A play that was not made.
There's a base hit the other way, so Chu with a leadoff single.
The crowd responds with Chu here in Texas.
A little bit of a gamble here by Girardi. Close game, certainly have the bats to make up a 7-5 deficit, but you bring in one of your neophyte relievers and Caleb Smith. Let's see what he does here against Elvis Andrus. Now, we always talk about how games are interconnected. Now, yesterday, they used Chad Green in a blowout for an inning and a third, and he doesn't like to use Chad Green 2 days in a row now, obviously trailing. But you have a rookie coming in here. We'll see how he does.
I think one thing why you have Smith in here is a day game tomorrow. And it'd be a quick turnaround for somebody to pitch in this game and possibly be used tomorrow. So he's on the team, and he's not going to pitch in all that many games where they have the lead. Because there are more trusted members of the bullpen, as you said.
They've already used Kane Lee, who did not pitch that well. Jason Shreve, who did pitch well. And now Caleb Smith. And that one gets by Sanchez as Chu moves to second.
That's a wild pitch. Blown inside in the dirt. Looked like the target was away, and it was difficult for Sanchez to make the adjustment. And that ball bounced right near home plate. On back to the screen. Chu goes to second. Man on second. Automatic discussion.
Yep. So 3-1 on Andrus. Chu leads off second. And Andrus walks, putting runners on first and second. And now we go back to Ryan Ruocco for another update. Ryan. Ryan, Yankee minor league system doing so well. Regular season, they all prospered and did extraordinarily well. There's Mazzara. And a strike. The 0-1. 1-1.
Watching Mazzara come up last year, you had the feeling that this young man had some ability. And now he's got a chance in his second year to drive in 100 runs for Texas.
That one is driven to right field. Judge back. It's over his head and up against the wall. The runners almost cross each other at second, but the bases are loaded. Andrus was on Chu's back. Came very close to lapping him, but slowed down, and now he's spreading his hands. What happened? So just a long single.
Yeah, with nobody out, Chu was going to tag up and move to third. He thought Judge was going to make the play. So he was going to get the third with one out. So he's coming back to tag up. Now he sees the ball go over the head, and there's Andrus right behind him. Andrus realizes, well, Chu can't go much further than third. I got to stay at second.
Well, that's going to do it for Caleb Smith. Bases loaded, nobody out, and he goes to the bullpen.
Comes out of the Yankee bullpen. He pitched an inning yesterday in Baltimore. It's the last pitcher in the game for the Yankees. 1 inning, 1 strikeout against the Orioles, and he's out of the bullpen again tonight in a different situation. Bases loaded, nobody out. Pinch runner over at first base. Jared Hoying is doing the running now at first as he takes over for Nomar Mazara. Yesterday, Heller showed some pop in his fastball. He's going to need it now.
A tough situation he inherits. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Gomez at the plate. 2-run game. Rangers up 7-5. Yankees had the infield halfway. They will not automatically give up a run for the double play. They're trying to cut off that run. Swing and a miss. So Hoying pinch running for Mazara. You've got Chu at third, Andrus at second, Hoying is at first. One and one. Fly ball. Ellsbury makes the catch. Tagging is Chu. He'll score. Throw comes to third. Sac fly from Gomez, and it is 8-5 Texas.
Joe Girardi sees the Rangers tack on one more run, make it even more of an uphill battle for the Yankees.
So here's Gallo, who has struck out 3 times tonight. Now Brian Mitchell is up. Swing and a miss. First and second, 1 man out. And the count 0-2 on Gallo.
He's trying to avoid the golden sombrero.
Throw to third, not in time. Andrus moves to third.
Berger wants the Yankees to challenge. I think he feels he tagged Andrus on the way by. We'll get another look. Tough throw to come up with. If he tags him, he's out. Here's a better look at it. He feels that he nipped him. That's kind of hard to tell whether he did or not.
Well, they're looking at every single angle, and now C.B. Buckner saying, come on, let's go.
He's safe.
It's another wild pitch. So runners on first and third. 1 man out and a 1-2 count on Gallo. Line drive, a base hit to right field. Andrus scores. Hoying stops at second. It's an RBI single for Gallo, and it's 9-5 Rangers.
All the other pitchers had been away. This one came in, and Gallo was able to get enough of it to drive it into right field. He's a strong young man. Yep, it was a slider down and in. He didn't hit it all that well, but he doesn't have to. The strength gets it through the infield for the base hit and the run batted in. His 73rd run batted in of the year.
There's Mike Napoli. Grounded foul. One and one.
Two of the best run scoring teams in the game. Working 9-5 right now.
One and two.
And Heller showing off his explosive fastball at 97.
Hoying at second, Gallo's at first. And Napoli down on strikes. 2 away.
Third time that Napoli has struck out. Nothing fancy. Couldn't get on top of it. Once again, about 97 miles an hour.
Here's Rougned Odor. And a strike. Lined and past a diving Headley and down the right field line. Hoying scores. They're waving home Gallo. Here he comes. He'll score. And going to third with a triple is Odor. And it's 11-5 Texas.
Well, we talked about the ability to tack on once you have the lead. The Yankees had a chance and didn't do it. And once the Rangers got the lead, they have been tacking on. Odor's second hit of the night, rips it by Headley into the corner. And with 2 outs, of course, the runners are off with the crack of the bat. See Joey Gallo turn and head for home as the Rangers have scored 4 times here in the 7th inning.
Well, we mentioned, certainly not a second guess, said at the start of the inning, a curious decision to go with your second-tier relievers in a 2-run game that now has turned into a 6-run game. And you certainly have enough top-tier relievers that you can use them in this game and still have plenty available tomorrow and Sunday. But Girardi decided to go with Caleb Smith and Ben Heller, and 4 runs later, it's 11-5. And here comes Larry Rothschild to talk with Heller as the count is 2-0 on Chirinos.
Heller's got a sac fly, gave up a single, a strikeout, and then the triple.
Tough way to start a 3-game set. Yankees still have 2 innings to get back into this, but 11-5 Texas in a game the Yankees led 5-1, so 10 unanswered runs. (3-0) on Chirinos. And Chirinos walks. And that is going to do it. Heller's night is over as Girardi's trying to stop the bleeding here in the 7th.
Not only got themselves back in the game, but they took the lead. Robinson Chirinos with a double, scored a run. After a couple of hits, wild pitch will score another run against Masahiro Tanaka. Then Elvis Andrus with a 2-run single. In all, the Rangers scored 4 runs on 6 hits in the 5th.
Those replays brought to you by New York Presbyterian, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Amazing things are happening here. Well, the Yankees go to the bullpen for the 3rd time this inning. Looking for an effective arm right now is Brian Mitchell. We'll give it a try. Caleb Smith started the inning, then Ben Heller, and now Brian Mitchell.
Mitchell will face the 9th batter of the inning for the Texas Rangers as the lineup turns over again.
Ninth batter to come to the plate. 1st and 3rd. With 2 outs. Mitchell deals. 1-0. Rounded to 3rd. Frazier goes the short way. They get the force, and that will do it. But 4 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Rangers. Rangers lead 2. Yankees trail 11-5. Stick around for the WB Mason postgame as Ryan Rucco and John Flaherty are back in the studio with highlights and analysis, plus reaction from the key players. It's only on Guess. Jake Diekman takes over for the Rangers.
Hard-throwing left-hander. This is only his 4th appearance. 4 strikeouts in those 3 innings. Jared Hoying takes over in right.
Hyundai scoreboard 11-5 Rangers. Gregorius, Headley, and Ellsbury. And a strike. He's been on the 60-day DL all year, Diekman has, for 3 surgeries to replace his colon to receive to relieve his ulcerative colitis condition. So serious stuff, and Diekman back in the big leagues. That's amazing. Pitched 6 games on a rehab assignment with Round Rock and Frisco in August. And then here he is in the big leagues. And down goes Gregorius.
Even with the guard, that hurts. Didi's up, but he's limping. Here comes Stevie Donahue. This off the shin, off the knee, just above the pad, and just below the knee. Oh man, it can't feel good.
So Didi will stay in the game. Fouled away. Gregorius with his 21st home run, a deep shot to the second deck in right field. That was in the 3rd inning. Brushed the second deck and ended up landing in the 1st deck. Two and two.
Yeah, Diekman came to the Rangers in an 8-player deal. He came up through the Phillies organization. Places like Lakewood, Williamsport, Clearwater, Lehigh Valley, Reading. He and Cole Hamels. There are some names going the other way from Texas, and one in particular you might want to watch.
Grounded up the middle. Odor backhands and gets Gregorius.
Slick play by Odor at second. Catching the ball and then throwing all in one motion while moving away from first base. This was not an easy play. Throwing across his body and accurately for the out. The one player I was talking about in particular was an outfielder named Nick Williams, and now playing for the Phillies and doing a pretty good job for them.
Headley fouls it away.
He was part of that deal. It went the other way from Texas to Philadelphia.
Grounded to third. Gallo. 2 outs.
So the much maligned Texas bullpen is not allowed a base runner thus far. Rodriguez went an inning in the 3rd, picked up a couple of strikeouts, and then Diekman has come on for Jeff Bannister and got a couple of ground ball outs.
Pitch to Ellsbury is a strike.
Hey, Michael, I don't know if you agree. This game did a 180.
Yeah. Yankees come out smoking with 4 runs in the 2nd inning. End up taking a 5-1 lead after 2.5, and then the Rangers scored 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th, 4 in the 7th. 1-2 on Ellsbury. Ellsbury is 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and an RBI single and a run scored. Strike 3. Ellsbury down looking. A strong inning for Diekman as he retires the Yankees 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Rangers 11 and the Yankees 5. Off, and yes is your home for all the Brooklyn Nets action, including the debut of dynamic point guard D'Angelo Russell. Don't miss the excitement of the Nets on Yes, returning Sunday, October 8th, with the Nets preseason game against the Knicks, only on Yes. Torres takes over at shortstop, so Yankee fans hold their breath that Gregorius is okay after fouling the ball off his leg. First pitch is grounded to Frazier, and he retires 2-1 away. Hyundai scoreboard 11-5 Rangers over the Yanks.
Oh, and Didi fouling that ball off of his leg. He's sure he's getting some treatment before the Yankees head back to the hotel after the game. Started out looking promising, but not so much right now. The Yankees running out of time.
Mitchell with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball high. Boy, when he throws like that and everything's in sync, he is tough. But sometimes he gets out of sync, not as consistent as the Yankees want him to be. But he's got very good stuff, a good arm.
Yeah, he does, and he has Andrus in the hole here. Let's see how he tries to put him away. Threw a nice breaking ball that was fouled off. Does he double up on it? He's got to make this one better than the last one.
Grounded to Torres. It's off his glove, and it trickles into center field. Andrus makes a big turn. He's going for 2, and he will make it. A hustle double for Elvis Andrus.
Told you he was second in the American League in hits. He's got 3 more tonight, plus a base on balls. He's been on base 4 times. You can see Torres with the effort. Slows it down so much that Ellsbury can't get there, and Castro trying to do so can't come up with the ball as he was going to grab it and throw all in one motion. Andrus decides to hit for second, and he picks up his 22nd double of the year.
And here's Hoying. And And there's a strike. Ground ball to second. Castro just gets Hoying, who could fly, for the second out. Andrus moves to third. It's not a full moon, but ball's right around the corner. Keeps a watchful eye open above the ballpark. Here's Carlos Gomez, pitches high.
Andrus with that hustle double. You know, I had shorted Andrus. He's got 40 doubles. He's looking at Beltre below him, so he's got 40. And Whiteout out here. Forty doubles, 20 homers. He might be looking at a permanent third place hitter for the Rangers.
Nice season.
Yeah. He's always been, well, I can't say always has been good on defense, because early in his career he was making some errors early in the game. And Ron Washington was a manager at the time, and one of the utility players on the team was Omar Vizquel. And he called Andrus into the office and said, look, got to quit making errors late in the ball game, because I've got a guy on the bench here, got about 10 gold gloves, and he's looking for playing time. And right after that discussion, Andrus started to tighten things up, and was going on to be one of the better shortstops, fielding shortstops in the game. And now, as I said, 40 doubles and 20 homers.
Three-two. Swing and a miss. Chase the high fastball. And that will do it in the eighth. No runs a hit, no errors, and one man left on base. We go to the ninth inning. Yankees down by 6. The Land Rover drive of the game, Kenny.
Yeah, let's go all the way back to the second inning. The Yankees had a 4-run lead. This started the Rangers on their comeback. Nomar Mazara with his 19th home run of the year, also his 91st run batted in. Second-year player having himself a good year. And the Rangers tagged on from there.
New pitcher for the Rangers. It is Tony Barnett. And he'll try to get the final 3 outs in this one. Todd Frazier will start it off here in the ninth. Little hesitation with the leg, and then delivers a strike. Frazier 1 for 2 hit by pitch. Also picked up a ribby on the hit by pitch with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss.
It's the motion that Michael's talking about, and they kind of reminds you of Alex Cobb of the Tampa Bay Rays. Same sort of hesitation, the flamingo look.
So with the 11 runs tonight, the Rangers have now scored 60 runs in 7 starts for Martin Perez.
Thank you very much. I would hope to be shaking the hands of the hitters when they come in.
Strike 3, Frazier down looking. And that'll bring up Brett Gardner. Gardner 0 for 3 and was hit by a pitch. Hit by pitch in the 6th inning. Strike. Two more outs and Perez picks up his 12th win of the year.
And 7th in a row. Gee, that's the impressive part. I mean, you give up 4 runs and you end up getting a W.
He was 5-10 and now salvaging his season.
He gave up 4 in the second, 1 more in the third.
It seemed like things turned when Bannister went out there and more than gently told him, let's go.
Yeah.
The 1-2. Grounded foul, and that got Gardner. Just got him off the foot.
Well, the Yankees are having some self-inflicted wounds here. First Didi, now Brett Gardner.
Chirinos went out to talk with Barnett to give Gardner some time.
This is not the most comfortable at bat that Gardner's ever had.
Two. 3-2. Crowd of 35,883 here on a Friday night. Skied the other way. 11-15-2, leading 5-8-0. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gardner strikes out for the second time tonight. And the Yankees are down to their final out, and here comes Aaron Judge. Pitch inside to Judge. Judge doubled a scalding double down the left field line in the 4th inning. He's also struck out twice and hit a fly ball to center. One and one. And the pitch. 2-1. Judge at 39 home runs. And that's another one ripped to left field. It is a foul ball. Two well-struck balls down that way in this game. One for a double, one a foul ball. So now 2-2.
Get the feeling he's starting to get the feel for it, Michael.
He looks a little bit better at the plate.
Having better swings.
2-2. Still 2-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. Barnett comes in and strikes out the side, and the Yankees lose a game where they led 5-1, and they lose it by a score of 11-5 to start this 3-game set with a loss. So the Rangers celebrate, the Yankees think about it. We'll throw it back to the studio where Ryan Rucco and John Flaherty set the table for the rest of the night.